Today we're making a dish called Rummaniyeh, which literally translates to mean pomegranate. It's a celebration of the pomegranate. So we're going to be using fresh pomegranate seeds and pomegranate molasses, which is going to be lacing this dish made with lentils and aubergines. The dish is traditionally coming from Yaffa and Gaza. My mom's family originally came from Yaffa and then moved to Lid, which is in the coastal area of Palestine. This dish is sort of a poor man's dish. Originally, instead of aubergines, they used to use meat, but because the economy became so bad and people were quite poor, they changed it to have aubergines instead because they're quite a meaty vegetable. So we're going to basically just start by putting the gas on, putting the aubergines in the water for about 10-15 minutes to soften slightly with the lentils. And then we're going to add all the delicious stuff later, which is the garlic, cumin, pomegranate molasses and lemon juice. So some people like to peel all of it. My mum does. She hates that I don't take it all off the skin. I like to see a little bit of it. I think it just has a little bit more flavor and creates a bit more color in the dish. She's going to hate that I've left it in on this, but it's just each person has their own preference. You want to cook this down until the aubergines have almost melted. They create sort of a nice consistency and thicken the stew as well. And traditionally they do thicken it with corn flour or just plain flour, which I've got here. You can completely omit this if you're gluten-free, which is absolutely normal and possible. So you want to cut these into small cubes, which makes it easier for them to cook down faster. Like this size. And this meal goes quite a long way. It's very filling. And again, we're using cumin again, always with pulses and grains because it just helps with the digestion of the food. And also creating a really nice flavor as well. Right, so we're going to put the lentils in. Cover them with some water. I don't put salt now. I think salt keeps the lentils from going soft. And I'm going to put, this is quite a big aubergine, so I'm not going to put all of it in. I'm going to leave these here for now. If I feel like I need them, I'll add them in, but for the moment I think that's enough. Now we're just going to get the garlic. You need a lot of garlic. This is basically a garlic stew. We're going to fry these in olive oil until they're golden brown. Mix them in now and then put the rest on top. In Palestinian cooking, we don't really use any other oil except for olive oil. I know in these segments that I've been doing, I've been using sunflower oil, but we are the land of the olive tree. So we have light olive oils, very, very dark green olive oils, so we use the one accordingly if we have to fry or just drizzle on top. Right, so we've got the aubergines in, the lentils in. I'm just going to cover them so they can cook. We'll leave a tiny bit open so you don't want the water to sort of bounce out. The garlic is now going to get sliced and diced into really fine chop. And then we're going to put it in olive oil in a pan and really cook it quite gently. You don't want them to go brown, you just want them to become a bit sticky and chewy. But they do eventually go a little bit brown. I'm not the best at the control on this. Either way, it's the flavor that is important. So keep mincing these until you have a really nice, even, uniform dice. I know it looks like a lot of garlic, but it's supposed to be like this. And also this meal is an accompaniment to things as well. You can have it on its own, but I prefer to eat it with other things like the fattoush salad that we've made in this series. And of course, bread to dip in. Okay, so I'm just going to get a pan. While this is boiling, I'm going to get this ready. Get this hot. And put the oil in. Again, always use the best oil you can. You can taste it in the food. So try your hardest to find something that's good enough. I like to put the garlic in before the oil gets hot because then it just stops it from burning. Now with a spoon, just gently move it around. We're going to leave this on for about 10 minutes because we want the garlic to be soft, not brown and crunchy. So don't leave it, keep an eye on it. And once you see it starting to sizzle, turn the heat even lower and then take it off the heat. You want all the flavors of the oil, so it looks like there's quite a bit of oil in here, which is on purpose because this is going to coat the Rummaniyeh when we're finished. So the aubergines and lentils are now ready. They've been cooking for about 25 minutes. You want to keep checking it to make sure that the water has not been absorbed completely, otherwise you'll have half cooked, half raw. Okay, this is looking great. I'm going to add a tiny bit of water just because I'm going to add some flour in to thicken it. This will create a stew-like texture rather than just very separated lentils. So I'm going to do this. That's about it. And this is cold water. I haven't heated it. I'm going to add it into this pot of flour, mix it, and then add it into the lentils. Again, you can omit to do this. I do it sometimes, sometimes I don't. But make sure the water is cold. If it's hot, the flour will just stick and combine and try to become a dough. And then just give it a little stir and pour it in. And then just give this a little stir again. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of the garlic in and then leave the rest for the top. It's just a tiny spoon. And now I'm going to add salt. Pomegranate molasses. You need quite a lot. Remember, this is pomegranate. And some lemon. We'll add some more at the end. But this is just for it to now absorb into the lentils that they're cooked. Before, when the lentil shells are hard, they're not going to take in any flavor. Can you see how all the consistency has already changed? It's starting to combine a little bit more, so it becomes almost slightly pasty, but still holding its shape. I'm going to leave this for a few minutes and I'm going to just get some cumin powder and then come back to it.